New laws were signed today in response to the Larry Nassar sex crimes.
The legislation makes it so children who are victims of sex crimes have more time to seek justice under the law.
24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is live with our report from the Capitol tonight, where the bills were signed into law. Leon?
Brian and Susan, good evening to both of you. There are plenty who are celebrating what these laws accomplish, calling them a step in the right direction. But there are also plenty who scoff at the progress they've made, saying that much of what should have been in these bills was stripped out, and they want to see something more. The biggest change enacted by the bills that were signed today expands the statute of limitations in child sex abuse cases. It means that those victimized before they turn 18 will have more time to seek criminal action against their attacker. Prosecutors now have until the victim's 28th birthday or 15 years after the incident, whichever is later. That's at least 5 years more than what they had before. The lieutenant governor signed the new bills into law today. Before the ceremony, he spoke with us, seated next to Nassar survivor Rachel Den Hollander, the Kalamazoo woman who was first to go public with how the doctor abused her.
This is an important first step on changing Michigan law so that there's more access to our legal system.
When you have leaders that are listening to the voices of survivors, that are willing to do the hard things, to do what is right, that's the beginning of a cultural shift, and that's what we need to see happen to prevent more Larry Nassars.
The new law also expands the ability for minor victims to sue their perpetrators, giving them more time and eliminating the requirement that the suspect be criminally charged before monetary damages can be sought. Den Hollander said these changes are even more satisfying than seeing her attacker imprisoned for the rest of his life.
But I almost think this is in some ways more important because Larry is a symptom of a culture. And in order to prevent more Larrys, we need a cultural shift.
Not lost on the survivors and the lieutenant governor, what's not here. Among the bills that haven't made it through, a plan to expand the list of those required by law to report knowledge of sexual abuse against a child.
And I do expect that there will be more in the future.
On hand for the signing, Judge Rosemarie Aquilina, the judge who presided over Nassar's Ingham County case, famed by how she handled both Nassar and the survivors. She says the laws are a reason to celebrate.
But all survivors need this legislation, and it really speaks to the trauma that they undergo during any kind of sexual assault. And so it's really important to say yay to the legislature, because there's more work to be done, and this is just the start.
The criminal portion of these laws goes into effect in 90 days. Now, both the lieutenant governor and Rachel Den Hollander said in the long haul, they want to see this statute of limitations changes go even further. They want to see the statute of limitations lifted altogether on crimes as serious as the ones that were convicted against Larry Nassar. We are reporting live in Lansing tonight. Leon Hendricks, 24-hour News 8.